Miss Connie, Miss Keeling. So today I'm going to be talking about my strengths and my weaknesses and my goals for this semester. I watched two of my videos that I've had for this semester, and I think I really came up with some good stuff for me to work on. So the first thing I'm going to talk about are my strengths. I think that throughout my sessions, I'm really good at being stern and holding my ground with my clients. There has been an instance where one of my clients had an outburst, and instead of just giving in and letting him get the incentive that he wanted, I stood my ground and I held firm, and I let him know that outbursts will not be tolerated and you won't get your incentive. And I think that's really good. I think that's a good thing for all of my clients to learn, that just because you have an outburst doesn't mean that you're going to get your way. You're not always going to get your way. If we don't finish our task, then we're not going to be able to get our incentives. And I think that's something that I did really well. The next thing that I think I do really well is having a structured environment for all three of my clients. They tend to do very well and previous clinicians, with having structured environments. So the first thing that we do every session is we go over our classroom rules, and I really like to do that because I think it gives them just a reminder of how I like my classroom to be structured and things like that. And then we talk about our schedule for the day. This gives them a plan of how the session is going to run and what to expect during each session. So then lastly, then we'll do our lesson, and then we'll do our activity, like our little fun activity at the end. I tried the whole thing where we would do an activity and then lesson and then activity and lesson and go back and forth, but to me it's harder for me to regain their attention after playing a really fun game. And so I think waiting until the last 15 minutes to do a fun activity is going to be better for them. And then my last strength that I have is planning ahead, but still being able to be flexible. So there was a session that I had where I had everything planned out, thought it was going to go great, but then my client came in and stated that he was tired and that he didn't want to do it. And so I had to flip what we were going to do in an instant. I had a reading activity planned, and I knew that he was not going to do great on it because he wasn't focused and he was saying that he was tired and all this stuff. So I had to switch from that reading activity to doing something else. So being flexible is something that I think is great and that I'm really good at. So now for my weaknesses. Me personally, I think I have a lot of improvement that I can make in more than just these three areas, but I'm just gonna name three. So my first weakness, this is something that I struggled with last semester as well, and I'm still trying to work out the kinks and things like that, is making my lessons and activities more exciting for my clients. So I really want my clients to be engaged, because when they're engaged, they're more motivated, and that's just going to make them want to come and want to keep progressing forward. And so I need to figure out more ways to make them excited. Like, I know doing the fun activities at the end of the session are good, but I need to find other ways for my lesson plans, like my actual lessons that I'm teaching, to be more exciting and more fun for them. And then my next goal, or my next weakness, is to be more patient with my clients. I need to start giving them longer times to answer questions that I have for them, or give them a longer time to digest what I'm asking them to do, and then give them time to ask me questions if they have questions about anything like that. I also need to watch how fast I talk. I tend to just be a fast talker no matter what, and so I need to slow down my talking and really explain the things that I want them to do. And then lastly, my last weakness I have is that I want to start doing some kind of handout, or I don't want to call it a homework, but something to give my clients and their parents to take home for the week, so that they can start to generalize what we're learning in our sessions to everyday life. I mean, it's great that we have these 2 45-minute sessions every week, but if they aren't able to grasp what they're learning and then take it into the real world, then we're not really making the progress that we need. So the 3 goals I came up with is, my first one, And each of these goals kind of ties back to the weaknesses that I talked about. So my first goal is that each week I will come up with one functional activity for my clients to complete during their session. So like I said, I really want to make things functional and fun so that they're making the progress that they need. And then for my second goal is that I want to have one handout to give to my client or to their parent so that they can work on it at home. So like I said before, I really want them to learn how to generalize what we're learning. So I feel like if they have some kind of homework, I'm going to come up with a different word to call it, but if they come up with some kind of homework or a handout that they can go over at home, that will really help out with that. And then lastly, my last goal is that I will check to make sure my client fully understands the directions being presented to them by giving them 1 minute to digest the information and ask any questions they may have. I think this is very important, and it will also help with my patients, so that's the one this goes along with. Because if they don't understand what I'm asking, then they aren't going to be able to complete the task. And so I think that by looking at my weaknesses and setting these goals for myself, it's not only going to make me a better clinician, but it's going to help them progress. And that's all I really want, is them to, meet their goals and be able to take everything that we learn and use it out in the real world. So yeah, hope you enjoyed my video. Bye.